RC. What today we are doing is we are going to be reviewing this Laegendary RANGO. It is a 1/8 scale crawler, and by 1/8 scale, this thing is massive. It's 13 by about 23 inches long. Alright, we're just going to jump right into this. What comes in the box? You get a 1800 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery with a Dean's connector. You get the charger. You get a charging safe bag, which is really cool. You also get the remote. The only thing that you will need is 4 AA's for the remote. Other than that, it comes fully ready to run. Alright guys, I have been driving this vehicle for about 2 days now, and I just love the details, the fender flares, the mirrors, the roll cage, the bumper with the D-rings, and that is a fully functioning winch. You got the lights on the roof, which all these lights work. You have headlights, you have turn signals, and also in the back you have brake lights and you have turn signals also. Alright, let's take off the body. Alright, what we have here is not, I wouldn't say a traditional crawler frame. It's basically just like a center frame, and these 2 aluminum brackets on the end are what hold the body on. Up front we have, it is a axle mounted servo with plastic links. And up top we have the ESC, we have the receiver box, we have the battery tray, and in here, if you can see, it is the shift servo for the 2-speed transmission. It has a high and low. That is a 3 kilogram servo. And then on the front, you have a 9 kilogram servo, which it's not the fastest servo, but it definitely does have enough power for when you're rock crawling. It can still turn the wheels. And we have a 550 brushed 36 turn motor, which you can probably see it better under there. The suspension, it does what it needs to do. It's a little stiff. Maybe if you change the spring rate a little bit, or maybe just get different springs in general. I did take these diff covers off, and it is all metal gears inside the front and rear diffs. The tires are 5 inches tall, which are a pretty big tire. Going back to the shock setup, it has a really good setup. For articulation wise, it's pretty good straight out of the box. If you can get some weight down low, I'm sure this thing will be outstanding. But like I said, if you just maybe change the spring rate, or maybe just get softer springs, that would really help with the center of gravity, trying to keep this thing a little bit lower. And for hooking up the lights on the body, everything is labeled. So on the actual body itself, it has the female plugs, which are labeled also. So it's very easy just to plug them in. And then you'll have fully functioning lights, which I will show you that feature. Alright, see, very easy. Everything is labeled on both sides of the vehicle. Alright, getting into the lights, you can see it's got the 5 LEDs up top. It has the headlights. It also has the front turn signals. And then as for the back, it also has the turn signals. It also has the brake lights when you push it in the brake. If you don't want the lights on, you just use the channel 4. You can turn them off. You click 1 click and it'll do some strobing. Then all the way up, it'll just be on. Alright, I'm going to show you my favorite part of this vehicle. These 2 channels on the top, they control the winch. So you push this one, pulls out. You pull this one, it goes in. And I tested this winch out and it does pull itself. All right, now that we went over the key points of this vehicle, let's go take it out on the trail and see what this thing can do. Alright guys, this thing is a blast to drive on the trails. Let's go over some pros and cons of this 1/8 scale Laegendary RANGO. So let's start with the pros. I would say my number one favorite thing about this ready to run is the winch. You just don't see it on a lot of ready to runs, a fully functioning winch that actually can pull its own weight. Number two, I would say it is the 2-speed transmission. It's really cool to put it in high speed. You can do donuts. You can really fling some dirt. You put it in the low speed. It really helps with crawling. I do like the full lighting kit on this. How you have the headlights, turn signals, brake lights. That is really cool too. Okay, let's go over some cons. Number one thing that I dislike is the nickel metal hydrate battery. It's an 1800 milliamp battery, but it lasted, I would say, maybe 15 minutes. But if you go onto Laegendary's Amazon website, they do actually have LiPo batteries that you could just directly plug right into this ESC, and it does work. So that's a plus. You can just get a battery straight from Laegendary, and they guarantee that it will work on a LiPo battery. It'll give you extra run time. It might give you a little bit more juice. I would probably stick with a 2S LiPo. The other con is I wouldn't really say it's a con. The servo. It's got plenty of power, but the speed just isn't there. If it just had a little bit quicker response time with the servo, which I'm sure you can just pick up a cheap one and just give it a little bit more power. Other than that, I really don't have any bad things to say about this thing. Also, the customer service with Laegendary has been fantastic. I've had nothing but good things to say about them. If you go on the Amazon, like I said, if you go on the Amazon website on Laegendary store, you can actually go down and pick the vehicle that you own, not just for this Rango, for their other bashers and all that. You can select, and then they have all the parts listed. If you break, let's say you break a lower arm, you can go on the Amazon and you can order it straight from their store, which is really cool. I know a lot of these, I wouldn't say off-brand vehicles, but a lot of these newer and upcoming vehicles, it's really hard to source parts. So it's really cool that you can go on their store and just type in the vehicle and you have all the parts listed that you would ever need to repair it. Alright guys, I just want to thank you for watching the whole video if you made it through. I will be doing more reviews, crawlings, tricks, tips, whatever you guys want to see on this YouTube channel.